When the character's there, I feel like right in the beginning when she's like splashed large on the page and she's looking right directly at the reader, I feel like it's like an invitation to like join her on this journey together and in excitement and like energy. And I just feel like throughout the whole book, I'd want kids to feel involved in the experiments. I just, hope that kids are inspired just to be playful, but also still having that like desire to explore and ask questions and learn. I'm Liz Donoghue. I'm one of the art teachers at Edsel High School. I teach jewelry, ceramics, and intro to 2D design. This book, it's all about joining Scarlett on this adventure of just doing this experiment together about how your eyes work with 4 flashlights. And as the book goes on, you're asked to create predictions of what color the flashlights will be when they're mixed. And it's your job to make those questions and predictions and then find out the results. Gary's vision for the book was to inspire young readers for a love of science and learning. And his whole idea with the book is to be interactive with the reader and get them excited to learn. We chose a girl protagonist for the book because we feel and learn that a lot of young girls are kind of swayed into a different direction than science and math, and hoping to inspire more young ladies to join science and math.
The idea is to teach children science concepts through the fictional character Scarlett, who's an inquisitive second grade student, and her teddy bear assistant. They do experiments with the reader to involve them with the thinking process in the experiments, predicting and testing different ideas out. The first book in the series, What Color Will It Be?, is all about the science of color vision. Growing up, I had a childhood eye disease that took my vision in my teens. By the time I reached college, I needed to have cornea transplant surgery. The surgery was successful in restoring my vision, and that allowed me to become a teacher and an award-winning educator, start a family, and live a life that I never would have been able to without having that ability to see. So when I became a science teacher, one of my favorite science experiments ever was all about modeling how the eye sees color. So when I set out to write this children's book series, I decided that I wanted the first book to be about color vision. And that's why we're donating 15% of what we make from the book sales to Eversight to be able to help restore vision for other people. So the way that I met Liz Craft is originally when I wrote the book, I had the words all written and I had some stick figure illustrations, but I wanted to make the illustrations more professional looking. That's not my strength. So I knew I needed to find an illustrator. And a friend of mine said, I know an illustrator who illustrates children's books. You should talk to Liz Craft. So I contacted Liz after we were made an introduction, and she helped bring the ideas to life.
It kind of started off with just no character. There was just like little flashlights with the lights, and it would tell you the experiment. And then I noticed this little stick figure that Gary was drawing in his book. I'm like, who's the person going to be? He's like, I never really thought about it. And I said, I have some ideas, because it just popped in my head. I started developing character designs of what she would look like. It's like, we both said, well, it should be a girl, I think. And we're like, okay. So we started coming with, designs, and if there was going to be a science teacher involved, but we like just having her. So then she has her assistant, Mr. Bear, to kind of assist her in the experiments. You have a picture in your mind of what you want it to look like and how you want it to be on the page, and when you start drawing, you actually see it come to life and mean for real. And it's like, oh, this is exactly what you want, and it becomes very rewarding.
So my puny stick figure illustrations became really colorful and vibrant illustrations of Scarlett and Mr. Bear doing the experiments, and it made it better than I could have ever imagined. What I hope that kids take away from this book is not just the science of color vision, but the importance of asking questions and testing predictions. So in all, I'm hoping that this book will help young wonderers to think, but also help young thinkers to wonder. And something that is just natural to young kids is that sense of wonder and curiosity about the world. I'm hoping that this will be a book that not just teaches students about science, but also helps to spark and keep that spark lit for the curiosity about how the world works.
We actually had some young readers draw Scarlett herself and showed it to me. Like my aunt, she does daycare, and she's like, I showed one of your books and they bought it, and then she came back to with a drawing of Scarlett, and I was like, oh my gosh, someone really likes her enough where they want to actually draw her. And I feel, I've heard a lot of teachers say they really enjoy the books. There's not a lot on this particular subject for reading material for students. And so it seems very loved, and I think a lot of people really admire Scarlett and her spunkiness.
For those who are interested to learn more about the project or pick up a copy of the book for themselves, or even if you're interested to have an assembly at your school or an author visit to a group, you can visit sciencewithscarlett.com, where you can learn more about the book project and Eversight, the nonprofit organization that we're donating 15% of the proceeds from the book to support the restoration of sight and the prevention of blindness.